Let me begin with the question. I don't know what the dealio is with subscribers. 255, then 254, then 260, and now 259. YouTube, you're killing me, Smalls. Thank you. Okay, what better way to close out the month of Fools than to use a dumb birthday game from May 1st? The year was 1994. A few broadcast notes before we get to the game. Some brief static invades the show early and was a sign of the impending doom to come. We have a short section of garbled tape that is audible to a degree. It's funny as we slow down and speed up, and that gives us our title. Not so pitch perfect. The worst of it only lasts approximately 5 minutes. After the 13-minute and 40-second mark, though, the devil has been exorcised and we return to clarity. Our title, by the way, also describes the many puns and jokes that fail miserably. Our players: Arlene in Philadelphia, Rick from Pennsylvania, Mike in Billerica, Julie from Michigan, Rob Floyd in traffic, Emilio Marotta producing and playing in studio, and I'm on the phone from parts unknown. The birthdays: Glenn Ford, Judy Collins, Jack Paar, Scott Carpenter, Rita Coolidge, and an event. Orson Welles' Citizen Kane premiered on May 1st. In what year? Episode 233, not so pitch perfect, squirrels its way to your ears. In 3, 2, and 1.
Which is what this is now. We've gone through April. This is May. It's May, the merry month of May. Okay. And it's May Day. We used to dance around the maypole in Glendale Park in Everett when I was growing up. We don't celebrate May Day anymore. I think eventually the communists sort of took it over, and they began parading their equipment on May Day. Remember that? Because now there's very little communism with the... Well, we'll go through that some other time. Let me introduce you to the members of the panel. We have Arlene, who's out in Philadelphia. Good to talk to you again, Arlene.
Good to talk to you again, too.
Good to talk to you again, too. It's a cute little voice. It's such a cute little voice that you have.
And I love when you're unorganized because you're so sweet and lovely, like you said, and that way you get to flap your papers around, and I just love that.
Do you hold on just a minute. Am I driving you crazy now with this?
Oh, yeah.
You starting to sweat and get a rash and everything?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's good. Okay, let me introduce you to... Maybe Rick will do the same thing for you. Because Rick is in Pennsylvania. Rick is looking for a girl. Is that true or false, Rick?
Oh, that's true, Norm. I'm always looking.
Yeah, always looking for some good woman. Yeah.
And I have to admit that when I heard that the prize for tonight's game was a used ribbon from David Goodno's typewriter, I got so excited that I have a rash all over me.
Oh, that is kind of exciting, isn't it, though? That is just so nice. And I might get you maybe some ashes from David Brudnoy's pipe.
Oh, no.
He likes to pose for publicity pictures with his pipe in his mouth, looking like a novelist for some bad book.
Right. I'll keep them in an urn right over my bed.
In an urn over your bed. You romantic.
Nice.
How does Arlene? Does she sound okay to you?
Oh, she sounds fantastic.
You want to talk to her a little bit?
How is everything down there in Philadelphia?
Everything's fine. Where are you? I forgot where you are.
I'm right smack in the center of the state, but I used to live in Lancaster.
Oh, you used to live in Lancaster. What town do you live in now?
Well, I live out near State College.
Oh, okay.
Is that very far? You guys very far apart?
Probably the 2 hours, you think?
Oh, I think it's a little more than that. It's about 200 miles.
You're that far, okay.
Route 30 has got so built up, it's about 2 hours from Lancaster to Philadelphia.
See, I was thinking about where, okay, you're further than, I'm really not that great with my directions, because I was thinking about the middle part of the state where my friend is. He's in Hazleton, and I know that's about 100 miles away or so.
Yeah, that's a little northeastern.
How close are you to your friend? What do you mean by your friend, Darlene? I mean, does that knock Rick out of the picture totally?
No, he's just a friend.
Just a friend, okay.
Yeah. No.
There's a lot of that going around now. I noticed that. People say that. Let's just be friends, okay? That means get your hands off me and don't fool around. Okay. Okay, let's go to, is this Mike and Billerica?
Correct, Norma. Are we playing the dating game here?
Well, we could, but then I'm very flexible, and if I can pick up, fix a lovely lady with a lovely man,
Yeah.
that's okay with me. Are you interested too?
No, Norm, but it is a very, very nice honor to be talking to you.
Is it really an honor? No kidding.
Correct.
Wow.
My mom listens to you every night. And
Oh, my mom listens to you every night.
she wants to say hi.
Okay. Hello, Mike's mom?
Yeah.
Oh, is she going to say hi? Is she coming on the phone?
No, she wants to say hi. She listens to you every night at work.
Oh, at work, I see. I thought she was right there with you. Is she with you right there?
No, she's not with me.
Oh, I see. Okay, I thought you were going
She's
to put her on
working
the
right now.
Well, what kind of work does she do?
She works at the Bedford, the Ramada Inn in Bedford.
No kidding.
Correct.
She works anybody who works all night is a silly person.
She's working shotgun.
Oh, she is. I see. She's in back of the wagon, eh? Ready to... Okay. We also have, here's Julie out in Michigan. Hello, Julie.
Good morning, Norm.
Oh, my God. We're surrounded by beautiful women. I can't stand it. It is so nice, man. I dreamed of this one day when I was growing up in the seamy streets of the nearby
sweet
city.
And lovely, Norm. That sounds like a song, doesn't it?
Sweet and lovely.
Yeah.
Sweeter than the roses in May.
That's it.
And she loves me. Heaven must have sent her my way.
That's right.
Okay.
Boy, we're so musical today.
Oh, we're doing okay. We have Rob. Let's see. Let's plug in Rob Floyd in his orchestra. Hi, Rob.
Good morning, Norm.
Hi, you all set to play the game?
Yes, I am.
Okay, you wearing a three-piece suit? Because you always sound so terribly formal.
I happen to be wearing a three-piece suit, yeah.
Yes, I imagine so, and I imagine that was probably one of the qualifications for being a top-notch traffic reporter. You must wear a I bet you if you flew a plane, you'd wear a three-piece jumper suit. I bet you that. But then again, maybe I wouldn't bet you that at all. I'm not sure about that.
I have a message from Metro's very own George Knight.
Oh, yes?
Yeah, I guess he talked to you on your Friday night show.
Yes.
He says hi.
That's the whole message?
Yeah, I guess you guys were talking about the 30th birthday or something like that. Do you remember that?
Yes, we were talking about that. I was wondering how it was hitting him. He just turned 30.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think I was saying the fact that was a tough transition in my life, turning 30. I find he said it was tough with turning 29 because then he was anticipating 30. I remember the entire conversation. I have it right up here in my pancreas.
You remember way back when, Norm, when you were 30?
I remember that. No, I don't remember too clearly, of course.
It's all fuzzy.
I recall, let's see, I celebrated it just before the outbreak of World War I. I think, in fact, it was around the time the Titanic sunk. None of you even know the year that Titanic sank, do you?
I'm not going to admit it if I do.
Was it in 1929?
33.
1912?
1912 is correct. That's correct.
Informed players of the birthday game that have had that question before, we know that.
I
That's
know we
right,
should count that as a point.
Really, Arlene, I agree.
I've got to introduce you to, not yet, I don't have to introduce you because you all know Tony Nesbitt.
But that was Tony Floramo.
Tony Floramo.
Hey.
His meat is
The meat
falling
just falls off the bone.
Oh, yeah, which is terribly embarrassing on a first date. Look at my meat, it's falling off the bone. Anyway, how are you, Tony?
I'm fine. I just cleaned the cat box, and
That's always a nice thing, too.
you like that?
I enjoy that, too. Now, where do you put the litter when you're cleaning out the cat box?
Well, it's that special clumping litter, okay? So...
Oh, so you just scoop it out. Oh, you just scoop it
put
up.
it in the toilet and flush it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Just like a human. Wow.
Thank you, Billy.
So you can train a cat to go right directly to the toilet and
Yes.
avoid the litter box.
Yeah.
I've never been...
They had a hard time flushing, so...
I've never been able to figure that out either, but also we have so many ruts in our driveway that's all now being filled up with cat litter that people don't want to drive up the driveway.
I celebrate May Day, Norm.
How do you do that?
I go around flashing my equipment.
I'm sorry, you go...
I go around parading my equipment.
Oh, I
You
see.
just said they used to parade their equipment. I do that in honor of May Day.
I think that's very lovely.
Yeah.
But there's only...
Sometimes people chasing me around want to arrest me. Most of the time I get away.
I just wonder if anybody still has maypoles. With a band.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Tony has a maypole.
No, never mind. Would you stop? But I mean, maypoles, with the streamers and the whole thing, and kids dancing around them.
Still do it. They probably, in playgrounds, it's on
school
Friday or maybe even tomorrow during recess. Maybe they'll have something like that.
Yeah. Well, I hope so.
Grammar school, sure.
Would you check that out? No. Well, okay. Well, just thought I'd ask.
Okay. If you'd like me to, I'll get a report. It's probably in a nice, quiet area like Middleton. They probably have maypoles.
Well, when I was a kid in Everett, we used to have that at Glendale Park.
Everett was like Middleton back then, for crying out loud.
No, we had...
Middleton was the boonies back then.
Middleton didn't exist back then, Tony.
No, that's true. It was just an open field.
See? By the way,
yes.
Arlene sounds hot.
Arlene, do you like Tony? If I can't fix you up with Rick, how about Tony?
I do like Tony. He sounds good, too.
Are you both about the same age? Could I ask you how old you are, Arlene? No?
I'm an old lady. I'll tell you how I am.
Yeah?
I love when you say this. 39?
Are you 39?
Yes.
You're too old for Tony and too young for me. Boy, you're at an awkward age.
Me? What are you talking about?
I'm 39.
Well, you're still in your 20s.
You know,
I'm 40 this year. That's terrible. That bothers me more than
30.
Tougher than 30.
Oh, when you hit 40, it's tougher for you?
Yeah, to me.
Yeah, no, 40. No, hitting 40 is tough.
When I turned 30, that didn't seem to bother me. But this year, the fact I'm turning 40 kind of bothers me.
Arlene, think of all the great women that made it.
Angie Dickinson, Anne Margaret, and the like.
No, Tommy, I think I'm just going to think about you.
This is Emilio, by the way.
Hey.
But Arlene, people always say that
Tony and myself
sound alike. I can't say it.
Listen to her.
We're all mixed up.
Okay, it's time to play.
Oh, is it?
No,
Do I not get an official?
Will you shut up? Will you just be quiet?
I don't get an official introduction? I don't get an official. Let's play the done that yet.
Well, I can't introduce to Arlene, David.
We're not Arlene, I mean.
I've not been officially introduced to the game.
Oh, my... Well, this is Emilio Marotta.
Shut up.
Okay, yes, sit down. Glenn Ford.
You know what his name was?
His name was Gwilyn Samuel
Newton Ford.
Wow.
Gwilyn? How do you spell Gwilyn?
L-L-Y-N. Gwilyn.
Gwilyn
Ford. He changed that to Glenn, and mercifully.
He took it from his father's
birthplace, Glenn Ford.
Of 8th U.S. President Van
Spirit. I didn't know that.
He started in the
Blackboard 1955. Bill Haley's Rock Round the Clock was the theme song. Glenn Ford was also in Superman. He's had a million
movies.
And he was quite ill there for Gwilyn.
What was he in Superman?
Superman. He was also Superman.
I don't recall.
He's in a movie.
He's also in Superman.
That's right, doesn't he?
Doesn't
specify. But in Blackboard Jungle, he played the teacher.
he did. Okay. But he was also in a lot of other things. He's been...
Okay, all right. I mean, how old do you think Glenn Ford is?
60. Okay.
63, Rick. 62.
Okay. So what do you think of Ryan so far?
Sounds great.
How old are you, Rick?
That's right, right. It's springtime, Norm. This is when we start to bloom.
And
Spring. Mike, what do you say?
67 for
Glenn Ford and Judy.
Oh, my God, I don't know. My answer.
71.
I've been watching him for a while.
All right.
Yeah, and those are nice looking.
Man, these are a ton of movies. Rob, what do you say?
71. Sounds good.
71 sounds great.
Okay, Emilio, what do you say?
That sounds good to me, right?
He's a right.
You said,
Easy.
I will say 68.
Okay, you haven't been up to the 92nd flight because
That's the WBC special
that's right.
restaurant lounge.
You know, that's right. The slide past you. Yeah.
Oh, need just take the elevator up there.
In other words, No, I just want to tell you.
Hold on a minute. Emilio wants to say something. Hold the back for each of us.
I want to let you
Rob wears three-piece
suit. That three-piece suit's
not anymore. No, I didn't know if you were wearing it.
I think you
Never were in.
Strictly.
Well, that's why they were up in the 50s.
Oh, what about?
What's wrong with the bow tie? I've got a bow tie, too. Well, satisfaction.
Are your socks showing through the bottom of your trousers? I'm not wearing socks.
You have a schmutty or more? That's what I want.
Somewhere before, okay? 71.
71. Okay.
Oh my God.
If Glenn Ford, if Glenn
71,
Ford
I want to faint.
must won,
Yay.
which would be Julie, Rob, and Tony, all have win this round.
Well, we were all so far off. I don't think anybody should get points for that.
No, it shouldn't. But actually, the rules are whoever gets the closest, no matter how
This
stupid
is a
the
dumb
guesses
game. I
are.
want my point.
You have a point. You have a great. Yeah, yes, you do. You have a point, and your point is that you're a wonderful person. Judy Collins also was born May 1st. Her biggest hit, Both Sides Now, in 1960. I even used to play that. Stephen Stills wrote Sweet Judy Blue Eyes for her. Sweet Judy, Suite. Is that right? Do you know that song?
Sure, yes.
And it's spelled like a hotel suite?
Yes. Well, no, that's as in classical music, they call it a suite, like that, too.
Oh, I see.
Like Matthew
It's
Sweet.
music, don't get. A hip guy like you, I'm very disappointed that you
Yeah,
didn't
I know.
catch on to that.
I really fell on my face on that one.
Oh, well, hey, maybe he had maybe he spent some time with her in a hotel.
Oh, they said they were
That could be
together.
it.
Yeah, in fact, it says the next line is they were together when he wrote it.
Oh, there you
See,
go.
now, Tony, you're thinking Norm's one step behind, but he's one step
Yeah,
ahead.
he was. I apologize.
Yeah.
I'm the one who's behind.
Okay, Judy says there are many of the facts in the song which are relevant to what was going on between us. Oh, my goodness. At age 14, she tried to take her life, or how can I say this with a smile on my voice? I didn't realize what was coming up. She tried to take her life with an overdose of aspirin, and her only son, Clark, committed suicide in 1992. I didn't realize she had this kind of an awful life. She sang at President Clinton's inauguration. Judy Collins. I introduced her once from the stage of the Symphony Hall in Boston. Are you all impressed with that? She was running, she was campaigning along with Peter, Paul, and Mary and Richie Havens for Eugene McCarthy, who was running for president in 1978.
Do you hear that?
Yeah, who's it?
I have a call coming in. I don't believe that.
You do? Go ahead, answer it.
No, this is interesting. Hold
Okay, I'll hold on just a minute. Who could be calling him? Who could be calling him at 3:34 in the morning?
A bill collector?
Oh,
At 3:34 in the morning.
You're probably going to be home.
I suppose he could figure he's going to be home, yeah.
Somebody probably called to give him the answer.
Well, no, but you're always afraid of calls this time of the morning. It could be a bad call.
ahem.
Who was that, somebody?
Yes, it was.
Well, now, what
Would
was
you
that?
really like to know who it was?
Yeah.
It was your daughter, Sarah.
Was it my daughter calling you, really? Is she listening to the program now? Is that how she knew you were here?
Yes.
Are you serious?
I swear to you.
Sarah, will you go to bed? That's fun. That's funny. My daughter Sarah calling Tony. What does that mean? Is there something going on here? I don't know.
No.
I don't want you for a son-in-law, for God's sake.
No. I don't know. I'm all sweat now. Got me
Jeez,
nervous.
he can't,
I'm
look
like,
at,
what
he,
the hell?
he can't even answer. Look at him, Norm.
Well, she's
No, I'm nervous for the phone call this time. Oof.
Norm, he can see you looming over him with a strap saying, come on. What do you...
She sounded very, very awake.
She's as crazy as the rest of the members of her family. Okay, Judy Collins. We're going to start with you, Tony, because you're wide awake now. And I'll ask you how old you think Judy Collins is today.
Big hit in 68, you said?
Yeah?
All right.
Wait a minute, let me look. I'd say yes.
That's what you said, right?
Because I was thinking Sarah ought to be on playing the dumb birthday game with us, too.
That's what I was
I used to have conference call. I'd call it back, but I don't have it anymore.
Yeah, I know it, but we were kind of jammed up on the lines. Yeah, okay.
All right, 68. Big hit in 68.
Big hit in 68.
26 years ago, Tony.
How much? 26?
Yeah.
All right. 54.
54. Okay. And Emilio, what do you think?
I'm going to say 52. I don't think she was quite as old as Tony thought she was.
I'm only thinking she's 28. You're thinking she's 26. Oh, jeez.
That's not quite as old as you thought she was. That was my description, wasn't it? Was it not?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Okay, Rob, what do you think?
I'll go with Emilio's answer, 52.
52. And Julie?
I'll say 53.
53.
Julie sounds cute.
Are you cute, Julie?
Oh, just adorable.
Now, how old are you, Julie?
I beg your pardon?
How old are you?
39,
Again, hello?
right
Something's
on
wrong
the
with the
button.
line. What? Hello?
She's 39.
Sorry, we got a bad connection. Hello?
Okay.
Hello?
39.
Are you really 39?
Oh, don't I wish?
Okay. Well, you may be
I've
old
been
enough.
39 for a little bit.
You may be old enough for me, cutie.
Hey, there you go, Norm.
Are you able to walk without a walker?
So far, so good.
You're my kind of woman.
I'll
That's
call
it.
out a
Those
bed
are
and
Norm's
try now.
requirements. Right there.
Mike, how old do you think Judy Collins is?
56, Norm.
56. Okay. Rick?
I'll say 48.
And what will you say, Arlene?
49.
Oh, that's another cute voice. But this is really nice.
You don't know which way to turn, though, do you?
It's hard to know, but we still have a few more guesses to make before I make my final decision.
That's correct.
Judy Collins actually is 55, and that means Tony at 54 is the closest.
And someone said 56, too, right?
So that's right. You're right. Mike said 56. And so Mike and Tony both walk off with that one. Tony now has 2 correct answers. Rob, Julie, and Mike have 1.
What a gracious winner Tony was there, right there.
That was nice the way he did that. Yeah.
Norm,
Yes?
what I was thinking, maybe we could all get together and charter a bus to go to the Llama Square Dance.
I heard that interview, Norm. That was very
Interview was super.
Yeah. I figured you were learning more about llamas than anybody cared to know.
You need one now up there. On your land.
In my place?
Yeah. I missed how much he said they cost.
Well, you can get a male for about $500, kind of a funny looking chintzy male.
Just rent one.
But they go all the way up to what was she saying?
4,500 or 3,000.
Oh yeah,
somewhere around there.
some even up to 10,000.
Norm, why don't we run a promotion? We'll have your listeners all mail you in like $1, every one of your listeners. So we ought to get like $5 or $6 together, right? And then we could buy a llama and then have it sponsored and be the WBZ mascot.
Well, I think George Westinghouse could call a spring for that. And if it's going to be the Westinghouse mascot, let Westinghouse pay for it.
Well, no, I mean, it could be like the late night mascot. We could kind of keep it hush-hush from the bigwigs.
During the day.
Studio with you.
That's right. During the daytime, they could have other mascots. What kind of a mascot do you think that David Bredner ought to have?
A goat.
A goat or a weasel, maybe, something like of that nature. Okay. I have a feeling next time I see him, he's going to hit me in the mouth.
He's going to stick his pipe right in your eye.
Norm, did he tell you about his wild dream?
No, you told me about that. Did you not? Didn't you tell me about
You didn't
that?
ask him about the details of it all.
Yeah, no, you told me
There were
about that.
parts of it he couldn't even say on the radio.
Really? No, I haven't asked him about it. We don't talk too much. No, because he leaves at midnight and I come out at midnight, like on Fridays, and I don't see him the rest of
Like
the
ships in the night.
Like ships in the night. Hey, and this is the birthday of Jack Paar, a host of the Tonight Show from 1957 to 1962. His announcer was Hugh Downs, now of 2020. Jack Paar was an interesting man. He said WC for water closet once and got into all kinds of trouble with the network. Can you imagine that causing problems? But he was, I think, a very good interview. He interviewed Richard Nixon, I remember, on his show, and some other people of that caliber.
Ilk?
Of that ilk. Ilk is a good word also. But Jack Paar, anyway, how old do you think he is? Let's start with Mike from Billerica. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, let's see.
Jackpot, again, remember the dates
Yeah,
of the Tonight Show, 57 to 62.
Let's go with 66.
66. Okay, and Rob, what do you think?
70.
Rob says 70. Okay. And the lovely Arlene says...
I'm going to say 70.
You're saying 70. And the very beautiful and lovely also Julie.
I'm going back to 71. I like that. I'm bound to be right eventually if I keep guessing.
Well, you were right with you were the closest with Glenn Ford.
Oh, well, I'll try again.
Okay. Oh, the way she laughs just drives me crazy. Tony, what do you say?
That's what I was going to say, 71.
71. Emilio?
Good luck, Tony.
Well, we all know that par on a golf course is 73. So I will go with 73. It's par for the course.
Son of a gun, that was a nice bit of logic.
What if you were golfing on a course that had a par 74?
Then it would be par for the course would be 74.
Okay.
Hey, you birdie.
Par 72. Yeah, see?
Rick? Well, I don't know.
But I didn't want to say 72, so I used 73 as my answer.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you think, Rick?
Well, there are 18 holes on a golf course, so I guess I'll go with 18. No. I had
19th is where you get the booze. I'll go with 19.
That was a funny. No,
I know it was. You mean 18? No, I laughed. I chuckled.
He wishes he were 18 again.
I wish I were 18 again. Wait a minute. I think we're onto something
Hey,
here.
there's another song.
Yeah.
and register for selective service all over again.
What do you say, Rick? How old do you think?
71, I was going to go.
You're going to go with 71 also. Actually, 76.
Well, that's the
yes. Yeah, and Emilio wins that, right? He said 73, and he came the closest. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. How about...
above par.
How about Scott Carpenter, the original Mercury astronaut, the first to get a divorce, it says here.
There you go.
He was an original Mercury astronaut and the first to get a divorce. His wife, Renee, wrote a book about their problems. I didn't know that.
Now, Mercury was the first missions?
I don't know. That's all I got. I know his name. I just can't remember the year or anything.
The first what? The first astronaut to get a divorce? I mean, what?
No, it says he was an original Mercury astronaut and the first to get a divorce. I guess the first Mercury.
Or were they divorced in space or something? Is that?
I guess he was the first astronaut to get a divorce. And
I can't believe that would be on.
That's like
I don't know why.
Bio as something significant.
No, I don't know why. I don't know why that's in here either. It doesn't make any sense.
That's interesting.
But I just read whatever I got here. You know, I've got very little about him. Let's see if I got some other information.
Do you have a date when he was divorced, or?
No, I don't. I actually don't. And
I've already got the right answer. It's signaled in my brain right now.
And the Associated Press just says former astronaut Scott Carpenter is, and it mentions his age, but doesn't get no more information than that. Okay, Emilio, if you've got it on your brain, how old do you think he is?
Oh, that bio was kind of spacey, Norm. I don't know. I could, let me launch into a little diatribe about, I say he's going to be, the Mercury program was in early 60s, 62 perhaps, so 22 years, 32, 42, 52, 58 years old is how old Scott Carpenter is.
You'd listen to us 58. Okay. And Julie, how old do you think he is?
Well, this is probably kind of far out, but I'll say 64.
Now, we got the far out now. If we don't laugh at it, doesn't mean we didn't catch on. I'm sorry, did you say 60?
I'll be cursed if you don't laugh.
Did you say 64, 65? 64?
I said 64.
64. Okay.
You know, lucky $64,000.
Question.
Yeah, I get you. Rick.
I'm going to say 68 because most of those guys were already test pilots when the program started, so they'd be in their late 20s, and it was about the early 60s.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about, sure.
Okay, well, Tony, what do you think?
Probably reaching for the stars on this one.
I'm laughing, Tony.
Thank you. I appreciate that. 67.
67. Okay, and Mike?
I'm going to go with 63.
63 says Mike. Arlene says?
61.
61.
Say that again, Arlene, will you?
61.
Oh, thank you.
God, I wish I was 61 again. Rob, what do you think?
I'll go with Rick's answer, 68.
68.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you went wisely. Because he's 69.
Wow.
So Rob and Rick. Okay, if you like an update, I'd be happy to pass it along to you.
Update.
Okay, an update. Rob and Tony both have 2 apiece.
Wow.
Good match.
And 1 apiece. One each would be Emilio, Julie, and Rick.
I'm in good company.
And Michael.
And
Michael.
That's
There you
right.
go.
You said 56.
Mike, that's right. Mike is the only one who has not scored. Come closer. Is you, Arlene.
I know.
Oh, she scored another.
She scored in many other ways. That's true.
There you go.
But has not won a round as yet.
Some things are more important than others.
I'm sorry. You'll both have to speak separately because when you speak together, we can't figure out what you're saying.
We don't have technology yet.
I said some things are more important than others.
That's right, I agree.
That's pretty heady stuff.
How are we supposed to work the rest of the night now?
I know.
We're not. We're going to sit here
How are
and
we
talk.
supposed to sleep the rest of the night?
Well, there's no point in doing that.
Oh, all right.
Okay, Rita Coolidge. Pardon me?
I said it's going to be hot tonight.
Hey, Norm, we haven't danced tonight yet. You haven't played any music. I was just thinking about that.
I know we haven't. We'll try to play some music before we go off the air, and we will dance. We will dance our guts out. Rita
Lambada.
Tony, there goes Norm being smooth again.
Yeah, whatever happened to the Lambada?
They had that last about as long as a couple of movies.
And they had it on HBO the other night. That has to be one of the worst movies that was ever done.
And I know why you watched it, too.
Which movie is this?
The Lambada. It's
The Forbidden Dance.
The Forbidden Dance. The only movies worse than that one are on Channel 62, Avi Nelson's television station, where they go into the trash barrel at 5, 7, and 4 and pick out all these old distorted films that you can't quite make out.
Now, Norm, isn't the square dance out there in Indiana, isn't that actually the La Lambada?
La Llama.
Okay, Rita Coolidge now. Oh, jeez.
Good. Real good.
Hey, at least I'm trying, though.
No, you are trying. Her biggest hit was Higher and Higher, which she recorded in 1977. And at one time she was married to Chris Christopherson.
Huh.
What's the name?
Rita Coolidge.
Okay.
No relation to Calvin, as I understand. She might be. She might be a relation. I don't know.
Corner, correct?
Pardon me?
No relation to the corner either.
The coroner?
The corner. Just the Coolidge.
Coolidge Corner.
Yeah,
I
thank
see.
you very
I
much.
get you. I get you.
See, Tony's trying, too.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Rita Coolidge, let's see. Julie, let's start with you, okay?
Oh, boy. Well, let's see. 15 years.
Yeah, Norm, do you have a date on that?
No, I don't. I do. I do. The big hit, Higher and Higher, was 1977.
All right.
1977, yeah.
Okay, so that's 17 years. I'll say 44.
44. Okay. And Arlene, what do you think?
I think 36.
36. 36.
If you're right, I
love the reaction when somebody makes a guess. 36. What? 130. Yeah. Okay. Emilio, what do you think?
She's got to be older than 36. 77 was her hit, is that what you said?
Yeah, 77 was...
I thought you were going to guess 77.
No.
Yeah, 77 was Higher and Higher with a big hit.
Okay, so 17, 27, 20. She was older than 20 when she made the hit. I mean, she was working and clawing her way up. I know she had to be. So I'm going to say she was like 28, 45, which sounds a little too low to me still. So I'm going to say 46.
46.
45 sounds a little too old to you?
A little too low.
A little too low. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, how about you, Mike?
Wow.
Wow.
Dias is what, no, 46?
46 is what Emilio said. And that's the oldest.
Yeah. I was gonna give a higher guess, but I'm gonna go with 50.
Okay, 50. Okay, Mike. When you said I was going to give a higher guess, I thought you would say something clever.
Higher and higher.
A root beer.
Oh.
But,
wow, that's not
I'm
even clever, Norm.
Yeah, no, well, I wouldn't have said it myself.
No.
I just said I thought he would say it.
I know.
Because he doesn't have the sharp sense of humor that I have.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I wouldn't say it.
Or the years of experience.
Well, no, nobody has that.
Norm, just for general information, is Rita Coolidge a red-haired woman?
I don't know. Is she? Do any of you know?
She's black.
Is she black?
Yeah.
I don't think
No,
so.
Rita Coolidge.
No, Rita
She
Coolidge.
knows. I don't believe so.
I have a picture of a milky white-skinned, red-haired woman.
Oh, maybe.
She is a Caucasian individual. We call her a Caucasian individual.
Yeah.
If you want to categorize her in some manner.
She's melanin deficient.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Rick, how old do you think Rita Coolidge is?
I'm trying to go from. Who did you say she was married to? Chris Christopherson?
Yes, she was. Yes.
I always get, for some reason, I get him and Kenny Rogers confused.
That's
Well,
right,
they're both men and they both sing. I get them both mixed up with Dick Hames.
I can see why. I'm going to go with 44.
I'm surprised any of you even know who Dick Hames is. Anyway,
it didn't matter.
Yeah.
We know it's kind of funny anyway.
Just chuckling, Norm. We have no idea what you're talking about.
okay. Anyway, Rick says 44, and Rob says what?
Rita Coolidge is 45.
Rita Coolidge is 40. You notice why he said that? No hesitation. Just came right out with it.
I think he unbuttoned the bottom button of his vest before he said that, too, Norm.
Took the cummerbund off.
Oh, a cummerbund, a vest, and a bow tie.
Yeah,
You're almost bulletproof.
You look like such a good-looking young gentleman.
All I can picture is Jerry Lewis up there doing the traffic.
I think Rob...
Hey, lady.
Rob...
Hi, Dean. Oh, Dean. Oh, Dean.
Okay. Anyway, now that the dweeb has guessed.
Oh boy.
Just joking, Rob. Just joking. I never joke about people I dislike, except well, never mind that too. Tony, what do you think? How old is Rita Coolidge?
She's an icy 45.
Icy. Now, where do you get the icy part? Where the hell?
I'll figure it out for yourself.
Coolidge.
Hey,
Cool.
yeah.
Cool. Oh, I see. Oh, I get it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is she related to Coolidge on White Shadow?
Yes. Yes,
That's
he is.
funny. He's like a 7'4" black man. And she's a white, raven-haired white woman. That'd be odd.
Shows the difference in our age. I thought Calvin Coolidge.
Okay. Rita Coolidge actually is 49.
Oh.
And so we have
50, I think.
Mike from Billerica said 50.
Maybe Mike was onto something with the black, thinking she was black.
Well, will you stop?
No, I don't know.
Okay, so we have a three-way tie now. We have Tony
Yeah,
and Rob
yeah.
and Mike all have two apiece.
Oh.
And
What's the other tie at one apiece?
one apiece is Julie, Emilio, and Rick.
And we have a three-way tie, too.
Yeah, that's a three-way tie.
Oh, the one-way tie?
And you're just, barely behind. And Arlene,
And I got Norm.
yes, yeah, Arlene, we're rooting for you.
You're the big winner then,
Okay, I'm gonna give you an event. You tell me the year, okay? Orson Welles' classic Citizen Kane premiered in New York.
Yeah.
And some consider it to be the greatest movie of all time. I think The Romance of Steel Ingots was a whole lot better.
Fantastic film.
She's Ace Ventura just popped into my mind.
It actually premiered May 1st, but what was the year? And we'll start with you, Arlene. What was the year that Citizen...
Come on, Arlene.
The year that what?
That Citizen Kane premiered.
Oh.
May 1st, what year?
Oh, no.
I bet you Jack would get that.
Oh,
Yeah, I bet he would. He'd probably give us the opening dialogue of the movie, too.
I know.
God, I can't remember.
Citizen Kane with Rosebud, the sled and all that.
Oh.
Orson Welles. And all the dramatic, technical things he did that not too many people had done up to that point.
Oh, God, I can't remember.
How old Orson Welles?
How old is Orson Welles?
He's dead.
Yes, he's quite old for a dead person.
Sorry about that.
I could look him up as to when he was
No,
born.
it's all right, Norm.
Arlene, what do you think?
Oh, I don't even know what to say. I just can't remember.
It's a classic.
Pick a decade, Arlene, and just throw a number out in one of those decades.
I guess 80.
1980?
What?
No, I change it.
can't remember 1980.
I can't remember. Oh,
and beyond.
We'll give you one more chance.
She's obviously not watching
It's
TNT.
really low, Arlene.
I'll say 66.
Sure, that's much better.
1966, okay.
Definitely.
And Rick, what do you say?
Well, I'd say about 1937, and I just want to mention that on that same Letterman show we were discussing earlier, they showed a clip from Hey, Let's Twist.
They did.
Really?
That was great with Joe Pesci.
Oh, Joe Pesci was that? Was he a kid actor then?
Yep, about 18.
Oh, really? That's kind of, his voice is so high you can almost not hear it. Only dogs can hear it. And yeah, he's a great actor, but you think if a guy, if you had not known he was an actor, and he said, "Hi, I want to be an actor," you just laugh at him. He sounds like Arnie Woo Ginsburg.
His voice was a little, Letterman wasn't as, you kind of focusing on that character he played in Lethal Weapon where it was so high. Okay. You know, he was doing all that stuff.
Leo Getz?
Yeah, the Leo Getz character, but it's not as high.
Yeah. No, he's an interesting man. I love to see him interviewed. He's got that lovely, warm smile, and he's so less ominous. And he's so ominous in some of the
It
characters.
was a
he
very
played.
funny interview on Letterman.
Norm, would he, if he was to check into a hotel, would he check under an assumed Mediterranean fish?
Yes, that's exactly right. Yes.
I just wanted to make sure.
And Citizen Kane would register under an assumed
walking instrument.
Walking device.
Citizen wheelchair.
A legalized
right. Citizen. This is Citizen Walker, he would say, or a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Mike, well, how old do you think Citizen Kane is? What year was it?
Well, Normie, Uncle Norm, I'm going to go with the smooth 1941.
1941.
Correct.
Okay.
I might have to change my answer.
Oh, no, 66.
No,
You're much better off.
It's too late now. Too late now. Julie, what do you think?
You threw a curve, Norm. I thought you were going to say War of the Worlds, and I was all ready for you. I thought, bingo.
We're going to have to hurry up because we're starting to run into the news.
We're going to run
38.
into the farm prices.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
We're going to run into the farm prices.
1938. No, I wasn't asking you to repeat it, Rick. I was asking Julie. Rob, what year do you think?
It's either 37 or 39. I'll go with 39.
39. Okay, and Emilio?
For some reason, I'm thinking 50s. I'm going to say...
Then think it.
Tony, by the way, as opposed to Citizen Walker, would it be Green Card Walker if it wasn't legalized?
If you'll give me a chance, I would appreciate it because we don't have much time.
1956.
1956. And Tony, what do you think?
1939.
1939 is very close. Mike, however, said 41, and he was exactly right.
Really?
Oh, really?
So,
Must have been the Grapes of Wrath, Rob, we were thinking about.
Yeah, Grapes of Wrath.
It was a guess.
Tell him, George.
Okay, so Mike is the winner. He's got 3 correct answers,
Wow.
and we're almost brushing up against this. So I want to thank all of you. Thank you, Emilio, and you will take, I know, Mike's dress and stuff. We'll send him a junky, worthless, tacky prize.
I like to use ribbon from the typewriter. Great prize, Norm.
You're a wonderful person. Arlene? God, I want you. Arlene, are you there?
I'm right here, Norm.
Oh, let's forget the news, okay?
That's right.
I'll talk to you soon. Hey, thanks very much for being part of this.
Take care.
You too. Bye-bye. Now, you too, Julie.
Just being on this program with such elite people has been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure
The
having
prize is nothing. Literally nothing.
you. It is nothing. Actually, it is nothing. Thank you, Julie, and thank you too, Rick.
You're welcome.
Okay, take care. Nice to talk to you. Tony, always a great pleasure.
Oh, I'm going to be busy next, a couple hours talking to Sarah.
Okay.
Take care, Norm.
Bye-bye, Tony. Okay, and you too. Nice to talk to you, Rob.
Okay, we'll talk to you next week, Norm.
Okay, good enough. News coming along here at W.
How I wish I could remember what Sarah and I spoke about at 4 a.m. Oh, and Glenn Ford was 78 years old back in 1994. Looking forward to seeing all your smiling faces back here in the Teen Canteen next week, closing the vault and leaving this world a little sillier than we found it for the merry month of May. May Day, dancing around the maypole in Glendale Park in Everett. Sensuous and sultry paper rattling. Used ribbons from David Brednoy's typewriter and ashes from his pipe as a dumb birthday game prize. Love and bloom in Pennsylvania. Just being friends. Honor. Working shotgun. Beautiful women. 3-piece suits. George Knight. Meat falling off the bone. Parading around one's equipment. Pitch issues. Holding the back page. Having a point. Sweet Judy Blue Eyes. Call-waiting connoisseur Sarah Nathan. Norm's kind of women. Llama square dancing. Water closets. Divorced astronauts. Lambada, the forbidden dance. Trying and failing. Caucasian individuals. Citizen Kane, wheelchair, and walker. The introduction-starved Emilio Marotta, the spiffily garbed Rob Floyd, and the late-night radio llama man, Norm Gwilyn Nathan. Getting ready to parade around my maypole, I'm Tony Nesbitt.
I remember the entire conversation. I have it right up here in my pancreas.